Hello, all you positive heads out there. It's so good to be back with all you beautiful reflections of the one source consciousness that creates and animates all things. If you're new to this podcast, of course, we're super happy to have you here. And if you've been listening and enjoying for a while, I would be super grateful if you would please take a moment to give us a review on Apple Podcasts. It's one of the best and simplest ways to pay it forward and help others find the show so that they too can tap into the powerful perspectives and positive vibrations we are collectively emanating. The other unique and magical way to share this show is by sending any friends you think would benefit from listening to this podcast our Game with the Universe link at positivehead.com/game. Also listed in the show notes, which will serve them up a quote-unquote random episode when they click it. Just instruct them before clicking the link to close their eyes for a moment and sincerely ask the universe to cue up the episode that contains the insight and perspectives that they most need to hear at this point in their life journey, and then click to listen to whatever episode is synchronistically served up to them. I have heard time and time again from people about the incredible results they received playing the game. So just tell your friends magical results are guaranteed or their karma back.
All right, all you positive heads, welcome, welcome one and all. I appreciate you so much for joining me on this magical today. Today, before I get started, just a quick reminder about the Conscious Life Expo coming up in February 9th through the 12th. That's taking place at the LAX Hilton. So many incredible, wonderful speakers, including Bashar, who I've been on quite the Bashar kick lately because I find everything that Bashar says incredibly helpful. And each and every time I see Bashar in person, I have quite the upgrade, which I'm going to see him again at the Conscious Life Expo this year, and I'm really looking forward to it. And so for me, I find his teachings just simple and extremely helpful. He has a formula. This formula he talks about almost each and every single time I hear him. And this formula, I found a clip. So I'm going to play this clip today of him talking about this formula because this is 4 simple steps to where we can live in bliss, in harmony, in peace, in living our most manifested desires, in living our authentic self, doing the things we came here to do, doing our soul's plan, which is to live our authentic self. So take a listen to this clip of Bashar.
I have some question for you, please.
Yes.
When you refer to yourself as Bashar, what are you still identified with? What's the process you do to pass beyond the identification with the limited self?
We understand that the word is connected to some degree to the channel's physical background, genetic background, and it was chosen because in that particular culture, the word means messenger, which is what we're doing. We're giving you messages. So it's not my name, it's simply referring to something that I'm doing, but it's a convenient thing to use for your reality, and it also gives the channel something to explore about his own background and connection to that particular culture.
Okay, and there is still a limited self that you are identified with?
Remember that we impose certain limitations upon our ability to communicate with you because those limitations are representative of making sure that we don't give you information that will intervene in your process. When I am in my own culture, my own civilization, I may no longer have those limitations. But we choose certain limitations in communicating with all of you so that we do not interfere with your process by giving you something we're not supposed to give you.
Wow. So it sounds like you live in a state of bliss continuously.
Yes, thank you. Why not?
Wow.
We have no reason to choose otherwise.
Okay. Is it possible for you to share this state of being with me?
We have shared it with you by giving you the formula. Act on your passion to the best you can. No insistence or assumption on the outcome. Stay in a positive state no matter what happens, and examine your beliefs and let go of your fear-based or negative beliefs that are no longer relevant for you. That's the formula that describes how to live in a high frequency vibration that will allow your life to flow in bliss and synchronicity.
Okay, thank you. Another question, please. I feel I am a dot in a light grid work. And my question is how to use this intelligent light grid work for being in contact and communicate with my oversoul healers and other healers from the universe.
It is necessary for you, again, to follow the formula and allow whatever it is that needs to happen, whatever synchronistically needs to come to you as a relevant or important connection, to simply come automatically through synchronicity. But the best way to be allowing is to follow the formula, because it raises your frequency to a level where the things you need can come to you more easily. That's why we give you the formula, because it works for anything and everything in your life that's important.
Okay.
We keep it simple. We don't overthink it. We don't overcomplicate it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Does that help you?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Anything else?
Yes. In my deep meditations, I arrive to a state of fear that I don't succeed to overcome.
Why would you give yourself that story? Is that story more real to you than the story of simply being yourself, which is the true measure of success? It's not about accomplishing a particular goal, remember? It's not about insisting that a particular thing needs to happen. You don't know what the ideal outcome is. So allowing your life to unfold naturally and automatically will bring you to whatever the ideal outcome is, even though it may, at the moment, be something you're not aware of. So, allowing yourself to let go of the fear because you insist that a certain thing must happen, or that something is wrong, or that you have failed or not succeeded, is exactly, in a sense, how you don't succeed. By worrying that you won't succeed, you don't succeed, because you don't need to worry about that. If you follow the formula, the things that you need in life will automatically come to you. That's how it works. You just need to understand that it's an automatic mechanism.
Okay.
Does this help you?
Partially. So
What is it you do not understand?
You know, here on Earth, we say that we have a very short time slot, so it will be good if we get enlightened. But I feel like
It's up to you. Remember that you're an eternal being, an infinite being. What's your hurry? What's your rush? You're already exploring the idea of expanding your consciousness, and the time that you have decided to have on Earth is exactly the perfect amount of time for whatever it is that was important to you to experience as a soul. So don't worry about the idea of the length of the time, because you pick the perfect amount of time. You will not leave before your time. You will not stay after your time, which you already determined from spirit. So it's the perfect amount of time for what it is you decided to explore. Yes?
yes.
So don't focus on that.
At the end, the goal of life is just experiencing and living with joy.
Yes, because that's going to teach you everything you wanted to learn as a soul. And then you will move on to something else to learn something new. But the amount of time that you chose is exactly the perfect amount of time for what it is you chose to explore. So don't feel that your time is short. The way you actually paradoxically feel like time is short is because you worry about time, because you're creating the illusion of time. So if you focus on the idea that time is short, that's what you will experience, even though it will still be the perfect amount of time. Maybe you wanted to explore the idea of being worried about the shortness of time. That may be one of the things you chose to think about, to explore, and let go of. So if you let go of that, you'll be using your time wisely, and it will be the perfect amount of time in which to explore these things. All right?
So, yes, with other words, is to stay in the present.
Absolutely. Because then you experience the least amount of time and the most amount of time, paradoxically.
Yes, it's like when I'm very focused, in this right now, it's like time is expanding
Yes.
very.
Yes. When you stay in the moment, you don't experience as much time, but from the point of view of everyone else, you actually live longer
Okay.
because you're not aging as much by not experiencing the passage of time as much by living in the present. Because the amount of time you feel like you experienced is the actual amount of time you've actually aged. So if you're focused on your passion and it feels like 15 minutes has gone by, and then you look up and you see that 2 hours have passed, that may be true for the rest of the world, but you've only aged 15 minutes. Because that's the amount of time you experienced. That's the amount of time you created in that moment. Only 15 minutes as opposed to 2 hours. That's what living in the present does for you. So it actually increases your lifespan, but at the same time, it collapses the amount of time you actually experience.
And it will be 15 minutes meaningful.
Yes, of course, absolutely, totally meaningful because you're focused on your passion, which is your truth.
Okay.
All right? Does that help you?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it's like I coming back home from mind.
Yes.
It's going back to the heart
It is coming home.
and to the body.
It is coming home. It's not like coming home. It is coming home.
Wow. Yeah.
So, good day and welcome home.
Thank you very much, Bashar.
Aveo.
Aveo.
Before we continue on with today's episode, for those of you interested in getting more fantastic fungi in your life, I want to take a quick moment to tell you about a friend of mine's brand new company, The Great Mother. Recently, I have been drinking The Great Mother's superfood mushroom coffee alternative called Ritual, as well as regularly taking their awesome Ally microdoses, and I am truly loving both. As you probably know, these days, many of the world's highest achievers and performers swear by microdosing. The problem is it can still be difficult to get a hold of magic mushrooms. That's why when my friend reached out, who lives in an area and country where legalization is not a problem like it was in the past, and said he'd be willing to offer microdoses to my listeners, I wanted to pass the word along. Ally microdoses are 100% organic. And in addition to a small amount of the magic active ingredient, they also contain functional mushrooms like lion's mane, cordyceps, chaga, and other brain boosters like bacopa. Ally is essentially a full spectrum nootropic. And of course, the coffee alternative Ritual doesn't contain magic mushrooms, but it has an array of the best organic functional mushrooms in the world. And, with functional mushrooms, it's really important to get them from the highest integrity sources. And whereas some other highly popular mushroom coffee alternatives on the market only contain a few varieties of functional mushrooms in their actual ingredients, Ritual has 7. Not only does it contain more types, it also contains 3 to 4 times the amount that the big brands have in each serving. And it tastes amazing. I actually like to have it on its own as well as mixing it into my coffee sometimes as well. However, since this is definitely a unique offering, there are a few steps. First, just reach out and request to follow the private page, thegreat.mother on Instagram. Once you've been accepted to follow, just message what you're interested in getting and someone will get back to you.
Welcome home, exactly. When we come back to our heart center, the center of ourselves, the things that make us passionate, that bring us joy, we are living in our heart center, and that is our home. That is where all of our power exists, right here in our heart. And to get there, to be constantly in this heart center, to live each and every present moment right here, centered in these thoughts of the heart, of love, then we can follow this simple formula. And I want to go over it again because each and every time I hear it, I think, what was that formula again? And I'm sure maybe you thought, like, what was that? I have to go back and re-listen. And for me, it'd be even helpful to write it down because these are 4 very simple steps that you've all probably heard before. You've definitely heard them before, but to put them down in this way and to actually practice it. That's the trick, to actually practice it. So the first step of this formula is acting on your passion to the best that you can with no insistence or assumption of the outcome. So that's a big one right there. To do this with no insistence of the outcome. This is where we all get stuck. But if I were to show my authentic self, then other people might think this of me, or I might not be accepted in this crew of people who I grew up with, or that part of my family, and they might think I'm crazy, and this, that, and the other reason. But acting on our passions, not worrying about other people's thoughts, opinions, beliefs, how that passion is going to play out. We're just living in the moment, following that passion. That's what we practice. And then we stay in a positive state no matter what happens. So, no matter what that outcome is, reminding ourselves to always find that silver lining, to stay in a positive state, that things are always working out for us. And even if this time is challenging, there's a reason for it, and we will find out later. We always find out later. The next step is to examine our beliefs. This is a big step, examining our beliefs. If we could each take this single step every night before we go to bed and think, where were my thoughts today? Where are my belief systems today? And where can I tune that? Where can I fine tune that to make that into a more positive belief? Because we all have this ability within our minds. We get to choose our thoughts. And we're not going to be able to choose the thoughts that we would prefer to think if we're not examining them. So finally, let go of fear-based or negative beliefs that are no longer relevant for you. And that's the formula. To let go, the last one, to let go of any fear-based or negative beliefs that are no longer relevant for you. They're no longer relevant. They're right now in this moment no longer relevant. They never were, because a fear-based belief is an illusion and a negative belief never served us in the first place. Well, it serves us by teaching a lesson of what not to do, and that's always good. But we have to see that and turn it around. Following these 4 simple steps is what will keep us in our bliss and live the life that we came here to live. We will actually be able to do that. Things will unfold so much easier because we are living in our passions. When we're living in our passions, we're listening to our spirit. And that's all we need to do. It really is so simple. We humanly complicate everything by getting our human mind, our ego mind, into it all. That very first step there, to act on our passion with the best we can, with no insistence or assumption of the outcome, when we're thinking about how other people are going to take things, that's our ego mind. That's our human mind talking, and that fear-based belief talking. None of that is real and actually has any weight in our existence, because those things, those people, those societies that don't approve of us, they will fall away and we will make new ones, better ones, more joyful ones. And that's the way it works. But we gotta start following our passions in order to do that. And what a beautiful, interesting topic they talked about there with aging. And now that all makes sense to me. I always wondered how other people my age seemed a whole lot older than me. I've felt like I'm 20. Maybe you've heard me say this before. I'm in my 40s and I feel like I'm in my 20s. I don't feel like I age like everyone else because I stay in my present moment a lot. I get lost in time a lot. I find myself absorbed in a fun project, getting lost in it a lot. And so when hours go by to everyone else, I've only lost 10 minutes. And it's like, where'd the day go? Well, I didn't age today. I love that. And I'm going to stay there. I like staying there. I love staying in this present moment. There's so many benefits to it, more and more to learn every single day. the more we don't age, the longer for me we get to be here. I love being here. I think this is such a beautiful planet. We will be here as long as we're supposed to be here, of course. And it's nice to do it healthy and happy. That's for sure. No matter how long we get to be here in this beautiful existence. All right. I think that's it for me today, everyone. I love you all so very much. I'm going to leave you with this song by Trevor Hall featuring Nako called Uncle Joe. Until next time, I love you all.
God, I think of so many things Joe would say right now.
Get one more TXI's night strong.
I told you guys. Back to the fire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody. Yeah. I called Uncle Joe. He told me about beer and the buffalo. He told me that the roots need water, so we put it in the stars and we let go. I guess mama heard that prayer, and so a few months later, see, we hit the road. Yeah, we hit the road. On a chariot of flames, I was chanting the name. The hummingbird came and so it flows. Well, I was in need of the medicine, the company of my brethren. The elk grew antlers once again. Yeah, hoka hey. That's what we would say when the morning came. All through the day, Sita Rama praise. This is straight Ohana, old grandfather. Guide the way. Let the bees come and teach us song. Sipping from the third eye all day long. Melodies come, we fill our cup. Take a new birth and open up. Into the world we come to play. And so we say, hello friend, hello friend, hello friend. Oh, oh, hello friend, hello friend, hello friend. Oh, oh, hello friend, hello friend, hello friend. Oh, oh, hello friend, hello friend, hello friend. Yeah, I cried kindred soul. Pull back your bow, let your arrow go. Light up the totems written on the wall. Wild cubs standing very tall. Uncle, keep the boys all together. Lost and found on the road to recover each other. A lover on a wild Mustang. I was spitting out flames. The animal kingdom came. We sang. Well, I was in need of the brotherhood, a council of men who understood. The bear climbed from his cave and looked, time to play. And that's how we would pray when the evening came. All through the day, Creator, I sang. This is Hare Rama, Pachamama, show the way. Let the hummingbird come teach a song. Drinking of the nectar, palm to palm. Allies come to fill our well. Meaningful music keeps me filled. Into the world we come to play. And so we say, hello friend, hello friend, hello friend. Oh, oh, hello friend, hello friend, hello friend. Oh, oh, hello friend, hello friend. Oh, oh, hello friend, hello friend. Oh, 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 hello friend, hello friend. Oh, oh, hello friend, hello friend. Oh, hello friend, hello friend. Oh.